You are welcome to today's session. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to solve the question we have on the board. So the question says that find the possible values of y if you have 2 exponent 2y plus 1 minus 9 into bracket 2 exponent y plus 4 equal to 0. All right, so we've looked at the first part, second part, we've looked at this one, we've also looked at this one as well, we've looked at this one also, then we've looked at example under that, then we've looked at the simultaneous equation. All these things that I'm talking about, if you want to actually get to understand them, go to our page and look for them, you'll get them over there. Currently, what we are doing is to solve questions under the quadratic equation related to indices. So the question is indices, but at the end of the day, you need an understanding of quadratic equation to be able to complete the question or solve the question completely. So now let's look at it. How do you go about with it? With this question that has been given to you, okay, they want you to find y. Look at where y is. And I said it's under the quadratic equation. So the first thing that you're going to do is to expand this one. What do I mean by that? When you have 2 exponent 2y plus 1, its expansion is the same as 2 exponent 2y times 2 exponent 1. Why? From the first law of indices, if the base are the same and they are multiplying, what you do is that you add the powers. So you have a exponent n times a exponent m, and they are multiplying. It could be more than 2. What you do is that you add the powers, which becomes a exponent n plus m. So when you have this, that means that you can expand it to what you have over here. And that is what we have done at this side. All right. I hope you are following. Now let's look at this side. How do we now check in what I've written over here? You will now have it as 2 exponent 2y times 2. You know, any number, we said that any variable or number raised to the power 1 is still the same number. All right, so here you have it this way, meaning that what we have here is 2, okay? Then you have minus 9 into bracket 2 exponent y plus 4 equal to 0. Now, I want to draw your attention to something over here. You are having 2 exponent y in a bracket here. Can you see that we can also get this 2 exponent y? Here it is 2 exponent 2y, but we can write it as 2 exponent y or exponent what 2. Now, when we're looking at some of the principles, we said that a exponent n, and you have b like this, the exponent will multiply, giving you a exponent what nb, meaning that you can reverse it this way, and that is what I've done over here. So with that understanding, that will give you 2 exponent y all squared times 2 minus 9 exponent 2y plus 4 equal to 0. Now let's look at something. You have 2 exponent y, 2 exponent y. So what you are going to do is to represent 2 exponent y by a variable. So you can say that let's, because of space, that's what I'm writing here, let's 2 exponent y to be equal to, let's say, x. So in place of 2 exponent y, you are going to put x over there. So that will become x, but there's a square. So you have x squared times the 2 minus 9. This is x squared, okay, plus 4 equal to 0. So when they multiply, that will give you 2x squared, minus 9x plus 4 equal to 0. Are you now seeing that you are having a quadratic equation? So from all that we've done so far up to this point, it is your understanding of indices that will help you to get to this point. When you get to this point, for you to be able to finish this question, it is your understanding of quadratic equation that will be able to help you. Now, under the quadratic equation, they are in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. So you look at it, the a is the coefficient of the x squared, the b is the coefficient of the x, and the c is the constant. What you do is that the c will multiply, or the a will multiply the c. After that, you find the product. So you find the factors of the product of a and c. That's what I meant by that. So you have 8, okay, when they multiply. Then you find factors 1, 8, 2, 4. Are you following? Then out of these factors, you choose two numbers that when you multiply, it will give you the product of the A and C. However, when you add or subtract, it will give you the middle term. So it is going to be 1 times 1 times -8. 2 times this is 8. Okay, so that will give you +8. All right, then -1 plus -8, that will give you the -9, which you have here in the middle. So you are going to replace it, and that will give you 2x squared plus, you have, sorry, it's not supposed to plus, minus x minus 8x plus 4, all equal to 0. So here what you are going to do is to replace it with the middle term, and that's what I've done over here. You put first two in bracket, last two in brackets. Then what you do here is to factorize. So you have x here, common here, that will become 2x minus 1. Please, I hope you are following. Then from here, you can repeat the same thing over here, which is 2x minus 1. Then you ask yourself, which of these, what you have over here, which number is that when you multiply by 2x, it will give you -8, and that is -4. So that -4 times the 2x will give you -8. -4 times this will give you a +4. Since they are the same, you will write one of them. Let me bring it to this side. You have 2x minus 1, okay? Then you have x minus 4 equal to 0. So you pick one of them, which is 2x minus 1 equal to 0. You have 2x equal to 1. You divide both sides by the coefficient of x, which is 2. So you have x to be equal to what? 1 over 2. Then you bring this one to x minus 4 equal to 0. X will give you 4. Now, we've gotten the values of x, but the question did not tell you to find x. The question said values of y. But remember, we said that let two exponents, we said that let 2 exponent y to be equal to x. So if that is the case, you are going to replace it with that. And that will give you 2 exponent y equal to 1 over 2. I'm talking about this side, okay? Now, what we said is that when you have 1 over a, it is the same as a exponent -1. So if you have 1 over 2, it's the same as 2 exponent -1. So you have 2y equal to 2 exponent -1. Since the base are the same, what do? You equate the powers. And the value of y will now be equal to -1. So this is for this side. Then you come to this side also. We've already established that 2 exponent y equal to x. So if x is equal to 4, in place of this, okay, that will become 2 exponent y equal to 4. Then you change the base, giving you 2 exponent 2 equal to 2 exponent y. Since the base are the same, you equate the powers. Then you have y to be equal to what? 2. Now, the question was saying that find the possible values of y. So these are the possible values of what? Y. That is -1 and -2.